Hi everyone, and welcome to another episode of Barbie Dolls of the Week. Today we're going to focus on one doll, and we're going to look at some different variations of that doll, and talk about the different countries involved, which I believe there's just two in my dolls that I'm demonstrating today. But there may have been other dolls from different countries or other variations. So, the doll we're going to talk about today is the very popular Crystal Barbie from the 80s. And I have some out of the box and some in the box, and I have also an African American version. So, let's start with a couple that are in the box. Now, here is Crystal Barbie, and you can see what she looks like. And I've talked about Crystal Barbie before. This isn't the first time. But I wanted to deal with the different variations today and kind of focus a little more on her. Here's just a reminder of what's on the back of the box. And of course, Crystal Ken with her, who I do have, but I'm not going to look at him today. And keep in mind that this doll, just so you know, is dated on the box 1983. So, this one, the one I'm holding in my hand, happens to be from Made in the Philippines. Now, if you take a close look at her face, you can see, and also the hair, what it looks like. I mean, obviously the outfit's going to be the same. What's in the box is going to be the same, but the biggest difference is going to be the makeup and the hair. So this one, as I said, is from the Philippines. And let me set her down for a minute. I have one over here. Let me just see if this is the one. That's also from the Philippines. Yes, this is the one. Okay, so this is one that's out of the box. Now, one thing I will say about this doll is that I am not 100% sure this is Crystal Barbie. I've been told this is Crystal Barbie, and I think it is, comparing it to the others that I have. But, it came in a set of dolls that were loose, and I don't even think was in this dress at the time. I think I later put this in the dress based on what I've been told by some very knowledgeable people. So, I do believe this is Crystal Barbie, just not 100% sure. And this is that same one from the Philippines. Now, this one, the makeup isn't as bright, only because it's probably faded over the years being in the sun, or whoever had it may not have taken the best care of it. I had the dress for her, so I went ahead and put her in there. But as you also notice, she doesn't have any of her jewelry at this point except her ring. She does have that. But anyway, this is also from the Philippines and is very similar to the one. Obviously, her hair is down. Now, the next one I want to show you, who is in a box, but it's one that I've been able to take loose, is this doll, which of course is still Crystal Barbie, but made in Taiwan. And you can see there is a difference. So one of the differences is the hair. The style is quite a bit different, actually. And the second thing is the makeup is a lot lighter than the one from the Philippines. Let me hold her back up with this, and you can see them side by side. Unfortunately, one is, not one where I can take it out, and one is one where I can take it out. So, if you look at the two dolls, if I can get them both on the screen together, you can see the differences. And I can see better in person probably than you can that the makeup is much more pronounced on this one in the pink box that's still in the box, the one from the Philippines. So the one from Taiwan, the makeup is a lot lighter, especially the lips, and even the eye makeup is lighter, not as pronounced. So it's a much kind of softer look, but I prefer the one with the more pronounced makeup, from the Philippines. That's definitely the one that I prefer makeup wise. Hair wise, I don't have a strong preference, but I wanted to show you that. Now I have a couple from Let's see here, make sure. This one is made in Taiwan. So here's a crystal Barbie that I got in an auction with something else. And, you know, this is the one that I have that's out of the box, that's complete as far as all the jewelry, the stole, which I don't have for the other loose doll. And now I had to redo her hair, so it's obviously not in the original style, and that's okay. But this is, at least she's got all her jewelry and so forth. This is the one with a little more pronounced makeup, but it's not brand new, so it's not quite as dark as the one in the box. Now, if you compare this with this one, let me just see. Yeah, this is the Philippines, and let me just make sure which one this is. Trying to keep these straight. Taiwan. So if you compare these two, let's do that. If I can get them on the screen. They're actually a little more similar than the one that was in the box. Let me see if I can get this one where you can see it better. There we go. Okay. And then her. So that gives you an idea, but this one has, to me, a different kind of look in the face. I think especially the eyes are a little different. I'm not sure what it is, but they just look different to me. Let me look at this one for a second again. Yeah, I can't quite tell what it is, but there's just something different about this one. Very different looking in the face. So, but this is another crystal Barbie. And the last one of these that I want to show you is this one, which was, I believe, this I think is my original crystal Barbie from the 80s. I recognize her, believe it or not. She does have all her jewelry. Now, one thing that happened to my crystal Barbie that I've had from the beginning is that one of her legs broke, and I don't even know why, but it just broke in the socket, and I had to replace it. It was one where I was able to do that. So let's lift it up for a minute and see if we can see what I'm talking about. Well, I mean, now you can't tell because it's been fixed, but somehow it broke, and I used a doll that was broken anyway and took her leg and put it on this one. So she's whole again, but for a while she was not. Now the stole I have, but not with it right this second. It's in another container. But this is one from the, let me see, I believe this is from the Philippines. Let's just see. Or I could be wrong. No, actually I was wrong. It's the one from Taiwan. So this is the one from Taiwan, which has lighter makeup. And you can tell, especially with the lips. Or at least I can tell. It just, to me, let me see the one from the Philippines again. Yeah, I mean, if you look at this one, the lips are quite dark red, and this is much lighter. I mean, again, you know, sometimes these variations are not huge, but they're slight variations, and I do think it's interesting myself to notice the variations. Now, one thing that happened to this, and that's another reason I know it's my original one, is if you can see this, the necklace, one side broke. I'm trying to hold it up against the black chair. So it actually won't hook together in the back, but it stays on her pretty well still. But I have to be careful of that because, unfortunately, somehow that broke over the years. And I don't know, this girl's just had a rough time compared to most of my dolls. Are whole with no problems. But she's had a few problems over the years. Okay, so that's another one from Taiwan. And just to remind you, the one in the box from Taiwan was this one. So if you look at these two next to each other, so I have 3 from Taiwan and 2 from the Philippines. You know, even they don't look alike, but they look more alike than the ones from the Philippines and one from Taiwan. It just goes to show you that even if you have multiple dolls from the same country, it does not mean they look exactly alike, but they have a certain look compared to the other dolls, and I think that's a well-known fact that certain countries have more pronounced makeup on the dolls. Now, I want to show you the African American version, which is Crystal Barbie. By this time, they were not calling her Christy anymore, but just Barbie itself. And again, this one is from Made in Taiwan. Now, I don't know, and I would like someone to help me know or help me find out. Although I believe there's probably black Barbie, Crystal Barbies that were made in the Philippines as well. Also, if anyone knows whether there was a third or fourth country that had any of these Crystal Barbies, please let me know that. But in the meantime, this is a beautiful doll. I really like it, and it took me a while to get this doll, but I do have her now. And like I said, she's from Taiwan. By the way, here's what's on the box. Her picture, and oh, no can, because they didn't have a black version, and I wish they would have. And then the picture with the little girl, well, the doll and the little girl, who's wearing the pendant necklace that is included in the box. So, that is Crystal Barbie, the African American version. And with that, I'm going to wrap up this focus on Crystal Barbie and her variations between the Philippines and Taiwan. And thank you for watching. And if you have any questions or comments, please let me know. Talk to you later.